Welcome. Thank you for joining me today on Kingdom of Healing. This is Kimberly Mateo, and I'm a certified naturopath and master herbalist. And I started in natural healing in 1977. For those of you seeking advice, it's my hope that 37 years' experience will help you or a loved one overcome your health challenges. Today I want to finish up on the last show on going through this GMO labeling. And if you have any questions, you can always direct those to my email, which is kingdomofhealing4u, and that's the number 4 letter U, at yahoo.com. And the website is kingdomofhealing.com. That's for a lot of the herbs that I talk about. Essential lines, essential oils, you can find those on Herbal Medicine DR, so it's Herbal Medicine Doctor, but it's herbalmedicinedr.com for essential oils. But we're going to talk about some more here on these supporters of the GMO labeling and those that are against GMO labeling. And on the last show, I talked about a lot of these companies that we see all the time that are in the grocery stores, and they say 100% natural and organic, and we've come to recognize a lot of these companies, but unfortunately they are big financial supporters against GMO labeling. And a lot of these companies that we're familiar with, they're owned by large corporations. For instance, now Johnson & Johnson purchased Burt's Bees. So there was a lot of money that was donated in the lobbying against GMO labeling. Silk brand, their products are in the refrigerated section at the store. Horizon Organics is another one. Wolfgang Puck, Grown Right, Earthbound Farms, Sweet Leaf Teas, Green and Black's Organics, Gerber, Bruce Foods, Cargill, and they contributed $246 million. McCormick Spices donated $130 million and $130,000, and they ended up they've irradiated all of their spices for decades, and when they irradiate those spices, they expose them to what the equivalent of 400 chest x-rays would be at once.
Wow.
So the rads that they give them is outrageous. I need to correct the donation on Cargill. It was $246,000, not $246 million. Welch's Print Juice, Sunny Delight, Bare Naked. They're owned by Kellogg. Santa Cruz Organics, Land O'Lakes, Morningstar, Lara Bar, Simply Orange, Ottawalla Juices, Naked Juice. So Kashi is also owned by Kellogg's, and they were caught a few years ago with GMO grains in their cereal products. Annie's Natural Foods. Annie's Natural Foods was purchased a few months ago by General Foods. I think it was $160 million or $180 million. But prior to Annie's Natural Foods being purchased by General Foods, Annie's Natural Foods had made a contribution of $80,000 prior to selling the company that supported lobbyists for GMO labeling. So that company was for GMO labelings, but now the new owners and owner of that name, Annie's Natural Foods, General Foods, has contributed quite a bit of money for against GMO labeling. GMO also owns, or GMO, General Foods. GMO. Yeah, well, pretty much. Yeah. General Foods. They also own Cascadian Farm, and they're real big in the freezer section of health food stores and the natural food freezer section aisle of the grocery store. Cascadian Farm, Muir Glen. They have canned items, organic canned. So they're also owned by General Foods, and General Foods is a big supporter against any GMO labeling. So cashy as well. So I want to talk about, and people, we need to understand that, we see all this money, all these millions and millions of dollars, just, mind-boggling, hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars, thrown at supporting these lobbyists that, get in there and really start swaying, legislators and senators, as well as this money. This money has gone on the campaign fund for trying to educate people in, a minute and a half commercial, and getting things out. Their agenda is to get it out into flyers that they leave stuck in your door. It always amazes me. I have a sign on my front door that says, "Beware of dog, no soliciting."
Okay.
It doesn't do any good. People leave stuff all over my porch and on my door handle and stuff on my door, and it's like, wow, it says "Beware a dog" in red, and then underneath that it says "No soliciting." I don't think people know what the word
soliciting.
Yeah, they don't know what soliciting means anymore. There's a lot of things people don't know the meaning of anymore. Yeah. So, okay, so really, we see all of this money that, oh my gosh, this money could really just be going so many other places. That in a perfect world, so many places that, like Monsanto's $8.8 million and DuPont's $7.6 million in the campaign against GMO labeling is paying for those commercials and all that, all those poor dead trees that, got used for throwing in paper on porches, and you pick them up and throw them in the garbage. So, the greatest thing that you can do is take a stand. Don't buy their food. If you stop buying their food, we have enough. There's enough variety now, with different companies and stuff, and Bob's Mill, they're organic, and there's a few little grist mill places left, like War Eagle Mill in Arkansas, and lots and lots of organic, GMO free. But the thing is that you can make a stand by stopping buying these products and buying products that these big names own. Like Johnson & Johnson owns Burt's Bees. Well, that's when I quit using Burt's Bees. Similac, Similac donated $350,000. Let's see here. The other companies, General Foods that owns Annie's and Cascadian Farm and Muir Glen. You just quit buying General Foods products. Quit buying Annie's. Quit buying Cascadian Farm, Muir Glen. Kellogg's Foods, they own Kashi, Campbell's Soup, Pepsi, Coke. This is the only way that you're going to get them. You got to get them in their pocketbook. That's the only way they're going to get it. And
right.
Believe me, if you quit purchasing these products, their revenue, that's where it's going to hurt them.
Oh, yeah, most definitely, because they are so concerned about that bottom line.
That's right.
And people do have the power to, shut a place down just because.
And that's where we've got to start taking our stand, because, come on, it's evident. Who listens? Who really listens?
Right.
There's so many people out there now that are like, I'm not voting. I'm just not voting. I'm tired. I'm done. It just doesn't. Even if you do vote and they start out with the best of intentions, there's so many other powers to be playing behind the scenes that John Q. Public is just not aware of.
Right.
And it determines everything. And I can see their frustration, but, I do stand real strong that if you don't vote, you can't complain. You just don't. You lose complaining rights. So, Naked Juice, Ottawa just broke my heart to see that. Morning Star, couldn't believe it. Bare Naked Products. Cashew never really interested me because it's just all grains. But Horizon Organics. I mean, it was really kind of a mind blower, and I'm sure that old Bert, the Burt's Bees, he is just not a happy camper on what Johnson & Johnson has done. So, okay, so the companies here that I want to talk about to support the ones that are for GMO labeling, and there are scientific studies that are out now on feeding controlled studies in labs with rats, and there's been some things with a few other animals, and there is cancer that they develop cancer very, very quickly, neurological problems, tumors, death. So not good with being fed nothing but GMO everything. Within 10 days they were growing cancer. So I've gone over the people that are against the GMO labeling, and so many of them are very common names that we see in the health food store. And if you're like me and you buy a lot of products that are certified organic and all natural, then this is really very disheartening. So the last show I talked about it as well, and so the ones that you want to support, that they have put the money forward to help in the campaign of truth for GMO labeling, and Dr. Bonner's products. He's got soaps, Boulder Brands, Bob's Red Mill, Celestial Seasonings, Hanes Food, Applegate Foods, Nutiva, So Delicious, Nancy's Creamery, Earth Mama, and Angel Baby. Back to Nature Bars, Aubrey Organics, Nature Bake. Let's see, Good Earth Products, Frontier Herbs, Nature Watch, Wilcox Farms, Mama Chia, Pacific Foods, Good Earth Natural Foods, Door to Door Organics, Royal Blue Organics. There's products in the health food store that's pretty much a familiar name. Coconut Bliss, Tufarki. That's the company.
Tufarki?
Tufarki. They make the tofu products.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And they've got a tofu like turkey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Here comes the turkey.
Hey, I'm sure it tastes wonderful.
I'll take the organic grade.
Yeah,
turkey.
I'll take the real turkey.
A company organically grown. And then Suja, Suja,